Not ran into as a chance meeting. More like ran into as a smash, splatter, and burn. See, classes are changing. Everyone's in the hall. It's crowded. I turn around, I'm looking where I'm going, and crash! Down she goes on her belt. Books everywhere. Everyone's laughing and snickering. Totally uncool. I'm apologetic, stuttering, trying to get her books and papers and stuff back together. And Katie's damn near crying. She's embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. She probably thought I did it on purpose. Well, it was an accident. Honest. And we're both late to our next class. And we have to go to the office and get a pass from Tiggs. And he's being a pain about it. It's like he's playing 20 questions. What happened? Where did the incident occur? Incident? Who witnessed the incident? How did the incident occur? What time did the incident occur? Did you report the incident to the school nurse? Etc., etc., etc. Katie will never speak to me again.
You know how to make a cheerleader smile on Friday night? Tell her a joke Thursday afternoon.
Just because he called me a bitch. Me. Do you believe it? Now on what would you base such a contradiction? True, I am basically an outspoken person. And I do tend to be a tad overbearing. But always for a cause. Take Craig Barrowman. Please. I was getting a drink in the hallway, and he passes by and grabs mine. Just because you're a cheerleader, and just because you happen to be wearing a sexist short skirt, and just because you're reasonably attractive, men, boys, think you're fair game. Nothing. Just simple, macho posture. So I call him over, and I tell him that if he ever touches my person again, he's singing sopranos for the rest of his life. That is, if he has the rest of his life. Now I ask you again, is that being bitch?
What a bitch. Here's what really happened. Classes are changing, right? Jessica's getting a drink, and I goose her. Hey, she's a cheerleader. That's what cheerleaders are for, right? It was a joke. And she freaks, starts screaming and hollering, and even threatens me. Me! I don't get her. I mean, she's always hanging around the football team, or the basketball team, or the baseball team, or the track team, or whatever team, wearing this real tight cheerleader thing, a real short skirt, real tight sweater, jumping up and down at every game, wiggling and waving at all the guys. I mean, she's a tease. And to get bent out of shape when a guy sort of comes onto her, geez, she should be grateful I even noticed her.
Don't get the wrong impression. Life around here is not boring. For example, I had to go to court. No, I wasn't arrested. Yet. I only had to testify. You see, what happened was, I was on my way to Spanish class, taking the scenic route by the way to the teacher's lounge. Anyways, I looked out the window, and there he was, this dirty old man just standing in the parking lot. So I watched for a while. He stood there for a while. I watched, he stood. I watched, he stood. Then Miss Charlie went out to the parking lot, going to lunch, I suppose. You see, Miss Charlie is the principal's secretary, and she's at least 120 years old. She's been around here longer than they've had indoor plumbing. Anyway, she's paying for a car, and she turns around, and then he flashes the back. When Miss Charlie screams, I about lost it. Now, this stupid flash ain't all that bright. Miss Charlie screams, and Flash makes a run for it. Halfway across the parking lot, he trips. It was not a pretty sight. Comical, but not pretty. And when we got to the part, little Scuzzflea's innocent. Innocent, do you believe it? Tell the entire whole net class was watching. Of course he was convicted, and I enjoyed getting the police call. I know that's a rotten attitude, but you treat a dirty old man like, well, a dirty old man. It's human nature. Now, Flash being gorgeous, your basic Tom Cruise clone, I would have said all of the farmers got to think of, wouldn't you? Hold that thought. So there's this traveling salesman who's traveling along through a terrible storm when his car breaks down. So he stops at this farmhouse where the farmer says, yeah, sure, you can spend the night, but I have to warn you, I have these 12 daughters and I have these 12 daughters and they're studying to become trombone players. Stop. Hey, I'm trying to tell a joke here. Jocelyn, think. Where do I live? On Old 52. On a farm. And what exactly do my parents do for a living? I don't know, these pigs. Cows. Whatever. Which makes them farmers, right? Which makes me a farmer's daughter. Right. So I'd get very careful consideration before I finish that joke if I were you. And they all lived happily ever after.
Jen.
My first day here, I remember vividly.
introduces me. The kids look at me like I'm some kind of purple band gorilla or something. Everyone's pleasant enough, kind of distant, you know? The teachers were okay. They left me alone for the first few days until I got acclimated. You know, until I got settled in and figured out where everything was. But I kind of got the feeling that everybody's watching. Like, no one's hostile exactly, but I don't know. I mean, for a while I skated along. I did okay in class, homework in on time, don't make waves, smile a lot. Even thought about signing up for the school newspaper. You know, get involved, fit in. One day, I walked into the bathroom, and on the wall was my name and phone number and a very, very graphic physical description of me. It was not pleasant, it was not polite, it was not friendly. It was rude, it was distant, and it was direct.
Yo, Mark.
Hey.
So what?
So, you and Kate, we've seen you two at the game, McD's, talking in the parking lot.
Yeah, we were just talking.
So did you?
That's none of your business.
Come on, did you?
Leave me alone.
Hey, everybody else has. I have, and Warren. How the whole football team has.
No.
No?
No.
Right. The easiest chick in the senior class. In the entire school. In the entire state. And you didn't score?
No, I didn't score.
You didn't even try.
Hey, you can talk to a girl without trying to jump her, can't you?
Jeez, what
Back off.
I'm an office aide, sort of a junior secretary. I work in the office instead of going to study hall. Not that this is a career choice or anything. You understand. I just say study hall. See, I'm planning on something more than being just a secretary, more like just a secretary of state. But I kind of fell into this, you know, it happens. And so I'm taking all these secretarial courses. Typing, basic and advanced general office practices, bookkeeping, filing theory. Filing theory, it's not that I can't deal with college prep, mind you. Hey, I'm no Aggie. I could have breezed the classes. But in college prep, you have to take general biology in your sophomore year. In biology, you have to dissect a frog, and I don't do frog things. Anyways, like I said, it beats sitting in study hall. And it's sort of entertaining, like the coach. Officially, Mr. Tiggs is the assistant principal / athletic director. But let's face it, the only thing he ever really does is coach. What a jerk. Anyways, I'm sitting there, I'm Miss Yearly Sticks, typing something truly nice. And the coach saunters out of his office. He always saunters. It says something trite, like, "You're just pegging away, those keys aren't you, hun?" I answer, "You're a great little pecker yourself." Then I blush, and he sauntered back into the office, closed the door, and giggled. Swear to God, Coach Tiggs giggles. Anyways, I'll be thinking he had tricked me into making a mistake and saying a dirty word. It's a game, he doesn't know his lane. And while he's in his office giggling, I can finish my English homework, finish my government homework, sneak out for a cigarette, type a note to my best friend, and do my nails. This girl is no fool.
Dear Diary, 5th hour, study hall. An average day, I suppose. Lunch was a pit. Your choice, either reheated fish sticks or chipped turkey on toast. Some choice. But I did get to talk and stuff to that new girl, Dina. She's okay. Craig and Jessica are feuding. Again. Big time yelling and stuff. I think they got the hots and stuff for each other in more than a minute. Warren got called in the office again. Nobody knows it for yet. I'll have to ask Patsy Sue because she knows everything that goes on in that. Gail sent some of her poems into some fancy literature magazine. They got rejected. She's depressed and stuff, but Gail's always depressed. But the news bulletin of the day so far, Miss Medina announced the cast and stuff for the big all-school Brigadoon musical tonight. I'm just in the chorus and stuff. That's okay. And Colleen has a lead. Big surprise. Jessica is playing this teeny little part at the end of the second act. She's not going to be happy. Dottie and Andrea and Katie and Jocelyn and Christopher and Bobby are in the chorus too. Sherry's got a solo. Mark is opposite Colleen. Could be interesting. And Riza is playing a man's part. Ah, Mr. Lynn, because we don't have enough guidance stuff for all the parts. Yeah, an average day.